It's remarkable that people don't go crazy, knowing the futility of their own existence. An endless cycle of life and death. What is the origin of all this suffering?
If you have watched Doc, you might have noticed in the very first scene featuring Adam, before we even see his face, we first hear his voice.
It's remarkable that people don't go crazy.
And before the camera even cuts to him, this is what we first see on screen. And by no accident is this just a random painting that hangs in the office of Adam. This is Peter Paul Rubens' The Fall of the Damned, also sometimes referred to as Fall of the Rebel Angels. But why this painting? I think the answer to that can be found in mid-16th century Counter-reformation movement. Arising as a response to the Protestant movement which sought to overthrow the Catholic Church for its abuse of power. It was quashed by the Catholic Church in what came to be known as Counter-reformation or revival of Catholicism. Painters like Rubens were commissioned to commemorate this victory in early 17th century. Their paintings represented victory of God, represented by the Church, over the sinful and the immoral, represented by the Protestants. Drawn in 16th century, this painting is the depiction of Lucifer and the angels that backed him being cast out of heaven and hurled into the abyss for eternal damnation by the archangel Michael. In another painting drawn by Rubens, Saint Michael expelling Lucifer and the rebelling angels, drawn in 1622, the symbolism is again made quite clear. The church is Saint Michael, and the Protestants and the sinful are represented by Lucifer and the rebellious angels. Here, Rubens uses the technique of chiaroscuro, the contrast of light and dark, to make the thematic imagery quite clear. Good versus evil, the pure versus sinful, light versus dark.
Why am I here?
I don't think it's an accident those are the first words he says after gazing at the painting. Why is he there? As we find out towards the end of the series, he was never supposed to be. Stuck in the ever-turning cycle of the two worlds, Jonas or Adam seeks out to end it all. It is only appropriate for Baron Bodar, the creator of the series and the director of every single episode, to use this painting as the focal point of Adam's lair. The painting itself a depiction of the fall of Lucifer and his fellow angels into eternal damnation. In this moment, Baron Bodar links Jonas and Adam to Lucifer himself. Of course, you can point out the duality in the nature of this statement. How can the biblical representation of Adam also be Lucifer? However, duality is the very nature of this show. Jonas exists or rather dies to create the loop or lives on to become Adam. Sentenced to damnation in a hell he can't escape. In this moment, you understand the importance of this painting.
We can't escape our fate, none of us. Neither you nor I. This knot can only be undone by destroying it completely.
Adam sees himself as Lucifer, the one who rebelled against God.
We've declared war on time. God is our antagonist.
It is important to note that beyond the inner context of the painting itself, the physical painting was attacked and vandalized with acid in the year 1959. The attacker, a philosopher named Walter Menzel, was quoted saying that the acid relieves one from the work of destruction, and that the acid only revealed the true nature of the work. Paintings play an important role for Baron Bodar. In another scene, yet another painting, Jacob Isaac von Swanberg's The Sibyl showing Aeneas the underworld, Charon's boat, can be seen hanging on Adam's wall, in which Pluto, the god of the underworld, is steering a chariot across the sky. And on the left side of the boat, Charon carries the soul of the dead to the underworld. Like these two paintings, a parallel yet peculiar existence can be found in Eva's world, where everything mirrors Adam's world, yet one of the things most strikingly different is the choice of painting in Eva's lair. Lucas Cranach the Elder's Adam and Eve, painted in the year 1528. a tale signifying beginning and creation of the human race. Bodar again links the character to the painting, where Adam views his fate as damnation, Sic Mundus as the rebel angels, time as God and the enemy itself. Eva's worldview is one of creation, the beginning of a cycle that must continue as it always has. It is safe to say Baron Bodar likes his biblical references, but not to any limitations. He doesn't just choose any painting. Walter Menzel, the art vandal we talked about earlier, had an interesting history himself. Coming from a family of watchmakers and a watchmaker himself, his act of disfiguring the painting was seen as a stunt to bring attention to his philosophical work, which he described as a way to save humanity and bring it into a new world order. In his book called The World of Tomorrow, The Rise of a Happier Time. It is also notable that Menzel was a miner in the year 1919, the same year Noah and Bartosz dug the tunnel. Also a funny coincidence, Menzel while getting arrested had a suitcase with him. Look familiar? Dark is recognized across the board for its excellent writing and attention to detail, and I don't think there can be a better example than this painting. Both Baron Bodar and Yanthier Friese take something as ordinary as decorating a set and take it a mile further than anything I've ever seen before. They lay bare a world full of so much details waiting to be rewatched and explored, maybe even reinterpreted according to our worldview. Out there, waiting in plain sight for us, for those who want to see. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, be sure to press the subscribe button because I've got a lot of videos to show you guys. See you guys in the next one.